Alright, welcome back. I am ready to work on the drift car this weekend. So it's Sunday, basically been running around all day yesterday gathering a bunch of stuff. I didn't bring you with me this time because I wanted to have more time to actually do stuff on the car. I'll give you a little update what I've been up to. Last weekend I went to a guy's house and he gave me a subframe, a couple bumpers, and a couple other bits. He just gave it all to me, which is awesome. Really good guy, his name's Jesse. I'll show you what he gave me here. Complete subframe, axles, everything. So I want to rebuild this, paint it up, put solid bushings and everything in it. Spare bumper, spare rear bumper. So I'll kind of just show you all the stuff I picked up this weekend to work on the drift car. It's a bunch of random stuff. This is going to be kind of a random video. I'm going to do a couple gauge installs and a little bit of customization and show you my little creative touch I add to my cars, because that's what I find really fun, is just adding cool things that nobody else would think of but yourself. What's going on here? Why is it so random? Why is there such random stuff here? Well, first of all, I'm going to get this out of the way because I want to use it. This I got for $1. I got this for $1 at Princess Auto. It's like a nice little tripod for my camera. So I'm going to go ahead and toss it on my camera and we'll continue on. Now that we got my handle on here, it feels really good. It feels stable. With all this random stuff, today I'm going to be hopefully get some gauges hooked up. I have a boost gauge I don't really need. It's more for inspiration, but it is also a vacuum gauge because I want to boost the car eventually. And then what else do I got? I have an oil pressure gauge, that's important, and an aftermarket water temp gauge, because that's also important because the stock ones don't always read very accurately, and that can be detrimental to your engine. So I'm basically going to get started with painting my valve cover beauty cover, I call it. So since that involves paint and it needs to dry, I'm going to get started on that first, and then we can move on to doing some wiring. I got to wire in my rad fan so I can have it on a switch. I want to put those gauges in the new gauge plate I made. So picked up some wiring, got a fuse tray lid that I didn't have. I got those turn signal wiring parts so I can fix my broken one. Some electrical stuff, switches, wiring, so that I can put in a couple gauges. This is my e-brake handle that I'm going to be customizing today. Grip tape comes into play with that, skateboard wheel comes into play with that, and so does this tap set. Some paint for the beauty cover, and some of this good old oil stabilizer to protect that M50 when we're revving the piss out of it. Let's get started by taking these off and prepping them for paint. Damn it. It didn't even hit the ground. It didn't. It landed on my my skid plate. Damn it. And yes, I will be painting this as well, but I am waiting for a valve cover gasket that I forgot to pick up. That'll be getting done, and that'll be a separate video when I do my valve cover gasket, and I'll paint that up at the same time. Got these guys out. So let's clean them up and prep them for a little bit of paint. This is going to take a while. I don't know if I'm going to get this done today because of my idea that I want to do, but we'll get started on it anyways. A little bit of 150 grit here. that you got those a little bit scratched up and clean, we're gonna go ahead and throw this. This is gonna be my base color for it. Now I only want to be spraying on like the stripes and the BMW logo, because you'll find out later why I'm doing that. How am I supposed to spray? What do I do? Oh, I found it. Holy, just about tripped over my welder. Alright, gotta wait for that paint to dry, so let's move on to something else for now. Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to start customizing my e-brake handle. I got a pretty cool idea for that, so let's get started. Alright, what do we have here? E-brake handle. This actually used to be way longer. I chopped that part off of it, but it was insanely long, so don't have that anymore. We got an old skateboard wheel, a couple old bearings, and an old exhaust stud, and some grip tape. Also, whether or not to add in some carbon fiber, I don't know, but my idea, alright, so this is where the master cylinder sits, this is where my hand's gonna grab. I want this wheel to be something like that, with the bearings in it. I want to put grip tape on this. I'm not sure if I should put grip tape to here up until about there and then put some carbon fiber or carbon fiber stripes. I don't know. But first things first, let's get this wheel mounted on top and then we'll see what I feel like doing. First thing I need to do is I need to drill and tap a hole in the top of this so that I can just thread this stud in and then basically thread the wheel onto the stud, and I'll probably have a nut inside as well. So I got this is a M7 by 1. Got the tap here for that, and a 6mm drill bit. I don't have any Loctite apparently, so I'm just going to use this marine glue to basically glue it in. Alright, so I got the jam nuts off, and that's in there solid. Now basically, I'm going to have to drill and tap the same hole in this, thread her on, and go from there. Alright, so there you have it. That's on there solid. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put grip tape down both sides all the way on the skinny edges, and then about 5 inches of this is going to be carbon fiber and the rest is going to be grip tape. last just like ripping a skateboard, so that was pretty fun actually. So I'm pretty stoked on how this turned out. It's pretty cool. I've never seen anything like it. So look at that. Recycled skateboard wheel, some old carbon fiber wrap I had, and some grip tape. How cool is that? Now let's just put it in the car and see how it looks with my other skateboard wheels. I absolutely love this. So custom. Look at that. I'm really stoked with this because it's a part of what I love to do as well as building cars, is skateboarding. So I know a lot of people might not like this and might hate it, but I think it's really cool and I'm really happy how it turned out. So just a little inspiration to do what you want, make things how you want. Just feels really good to create something that nobody else would probably think of but yourself, so just go for it, right? Well, I ended up with some extra grip tape, so also went ahead and threw some grip on this because ugly silver wasn't doing it. Alright, so it looks like our base coat is done for the beauty covers. Now it's time for the next step of my painting process for those guys. So I'll show you what's next for the beauty covers after we got that nice burgundy base coat, similar to the car color but a little bit brighter, so it'll look nice. I just picked out every random color paint I have here. I do advise anyone who does this wear gloves because this isn't going to be easy to get off. But yeah, so I just threw a bunch of paint at it, and no, it's not done like that. I do have a lot more work to do to them, but I'll probably have to let that dry for about a day so that when I do, I'm going to mask it all off so that just the lines and the BMW logo there stays all splattered. The rest of it is going to be black. So it's going to take a while to tape it all off and to make it look good, but it's going to be worth it. And I'll show you a little teaser because I did one of these for another car that I have. This is what it's going to look like, or similar to it, just a different color. That's basically the big picture of what I'm doing here, and I think it looks really cool, and I actually have never seen anybody do it this way. So if you want, go ahead and do it yourself. Give me a shout out, of course. You gotta give me a shout out. So it looks like my paint's actually pretty dry for the beauty covers, so I'm gonna go ahead and mask that up and then give it its coat of black. And you know, maybe you'll be lucky enough to see what it looks like this video, but you might have to wait for next video. So let's go ahead and get that masked up. Can't really tell what that says right now, can you? Alright, now we got those all masked off, so we can go ahead and throw some black paint on those. And then I think I'm going to go for a skateboard. And hey Mom. Gonna go skateboarding. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go skateboarding, and then by the time I get back that paint should be dry and we can see what the covers look like when they're done. Should be pretty cool. Well, I'm back and it looks like the paint is pretty dry, but since I used gloss paint on this one, it didn't turn out as good as the other one I did, I thought. So, because you can actually see some of the old speckles that are under the black paint, so let's unmask it. Well, despite the gloss paint, it actually turned out to look pretty cool. So, here we go. Let me know what you think of that, that valve cover, beauty cover job. I'm gonna just place it on the car and give you a taste of what it's gonna look like under the hood. So once I get this painted, this base coat red, I think it'll look really nice. So since that's about it for today, please let me know what you think of the paint job I did today and my handbrake. That'll be it for today. Unfortunately, I didn't get to figure out my gauges because of my hole saw situation, but I'll get that sorted out and we can get those put in a separate video. Also got my valve cover gasket to do so I can get that last piece painted and so I stop dripping oil. And yeah, please give me a like, subscribe, and comment with questions, suggestions, and let me know what you think of my build so far. I'd love the feedback. So that being said, we'll catch you later.